Hello, everyone. Welcome to my podcast, Real Talk, where we'll talk about all things real estate. Your host for today is Rodgers. I am a real estate broker and realtor with Rodgers Real Estate. Please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Rodgers Realty. The topic of the day is preparing your home to sell. And here are the steps to listing your home on the market. The first step is to find a realtor. Of course, I would love to help you. I've been in the industry for about 8 years. It's very important that you use someone that has a little experience because there's a lot of things that could go wrong if you use someone that's not very experienced, like which we'll talk about on the next step, listing your home too low, listing your home too high. And to go into the next step is pricing your home. When I help list a home, I use something called a comparable market analysis. And so what I do is use homes within your neighborhood that have sold within the last 6 months within a 2-mile radius. So say if I found a property within the mile that is similar to your property, I'm more than likely going to use that as one of my comps. That's short for comparable market analysis. To use that to help come up with a price to list your home with. And I might find maybe 3 or 4 of those like properties to help you with listing your home in regards to a purchase price. And I'm not an appraiser, so when I use a comparable market analysis, it's just something that us realtors use to, again, help you with a market price. Appraiser will come in and do their appraising, and more than likely they're going to use some of the same comps, but more than often or more than not, they're going to use very similar structures or similar tools to come up with a value for your home. Next is curb appeal and home cleaning. For me as a listing agent, I always advise my sellers to declutter. You want to make sure that your house is showing ready, as I would call it. When home buyers come in your property, they want to be able to see their things in your home. They want to envision what it would be like to have their own things in some of these spaces. So if your things are all there and it's very cluttered up, they can't see it. There's a certain type of buyer psychology there to where they want to see their things there. So I recommend that you kind of clean up a bit and declutter. And also in regards to curb appeal, that's more so the external part of your home. Make sure the grass is cut. Make sure things outside are picked up. Just want to make it look very nice for the buyers. That's all. And of course, when we take pictures, we want to make sure we have nice, clean, quality pictures, because that's the first thing a buyer is going to see when they look at things like Zillow and Realtor.com. That's where your pictures are going to be. That's the first thing you're going to see. So you want to make sure that the house is decluttered, the outside is looking nice, grass is cut. So you definitely want to clean that up. Next is seller's disclosures and lab-based paint disclosures. And the seller's disclosures are just documents that I use, or us realtors use when listing your home. Is just some facts about the property. Are things in working condition? And as a seller, you have to be open and honest about these things. You don't want to hide anything. It's actually pretty illegal to hide any facts about the property. So we want to make sure that we're open and honest. If there's been any flooding in the past, acknowledge that. Put that on the seller's disclosure. There's going to be options to acknowledge those facts. Next is the lead-based paint disclosures. So in the past, some homeowners or people who, help build properties or paint, they use something called lead-based paint. They stopped using it after 1978. It was actually banned. So anything before 1978, we have to disclose. We have to use something called a lab-based paint disclosure to disclose that lab-based paint. If not, if your home was built after 1978, we have a document that will basically say, hey, your property was built after 1978, so it doesn't really apply. It's not applicable to the selling of your home. So I'll have all those forms ready for you to sign. And next is the listing agreement. This is a contract between the realtor and the seller. Is where you negotiate, your commission, the sales price, things of that nature. And also, I have the agency agreement, which I'll have you sign. It's just reassuring the seller that I owe fiduciary duty to you as your agent. I'm not here to disclose any confidential information to any other party that will work, not work in your favor. So those are the documents that I will have you sign. Next is showing time, the setup that I will use to allow buyers and buyers agents to see your property. This app allows, again, buyers agents to set up an appointment for their buyers. You as the listing or as the seller will be able to confirm or decline that showing time. So, something very technological savvy these days, but it's the quickest way to get showings initiated. So you'll have a showing time app as the seller on your end to confirm or decline showings. And of course, I'll have a lockbox on your door. So as the buyer's agent comes in with their buyers, they will have access to the property via the lockbox to get in and out of the property. Obviously, they can get out, but to get in the property. And next is basically getting that house ready to sell through these avenues. So once we get a buyer in there, we're ready to get the process started. Of course, they got to go through their process on the buy side. Of course, mortgage approvals, home inspections, appraisals, walkthroughs, things of that nature. And then, of course, we're at the closing table. And so when we get to that stage at closing, we're all set to go. We're all set to get your home sold and closed up, and you can walk away with a net, whatever your equity is in the property. And that's pretty much the home selling process in a nutshell. Of course, just as I would be on, if I represented you as a buyer, I'm here with you too on the selling side or the listing side. I'll be there every step of the way. You don't have to do this on your own. I'm here to help you. Again, thanks for tuning in. Until next time.